What's up everybody, muscleammo here again, aka Josh Cavalieri. Really excited to bring you this video. I apologize, it's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks before I made the intro video to the GTI. I actually have been filming and I've been compiling footage both for the GTI tutorials, a bunch of different stuff, and other shoots I'm doing for friends and cars and shit like that. I'm going to have a lot of stuff coming out in the next couple months. I just haven't had time to edit, upload, do stuff like that. I work 70 hours a week, but regardless, you don't want to hear that. I have for you today a very exciting product review and install video. It's going to be short and sweet. I've been waiting to get this for a very long time. I've wanted a turbo car just so I can have that whoosh blow-off valve sound, as I'm pretty sure most of you guys out there like or enjoy in some way or other. And this is the product that will allow you to do so. This is the Forge 007 diverter valve splitter, and the important part about the splitter aspect is that it's part atmospheric and part diversion. So I'm going to show you exactly how this opens up right here, if you can see the box. Okay, so now very simple packaging, as you can see, nothing too intricate. Forge is very simple, but the products are amazing. I have a couple Forge tutorials that are going to be coming out this summer of things I've already put on the GTI. But here in bubble wrap we have the Forge splitter diverter valve. Okay, this horn part is actually where the atmospheric part, or the blow-off part of this mechanism, comes into play. So now air in the intake chamber that is still caught in there and compressed, once you let off the throttle, either diverts up one way or blows off out of this little kind of like a horn right here. Okay, and I'm also going to show you guys at the end of the video how to make this louder, because I actually scoured the forums on VW Vortex. I found a kid that used zip ties in a creative way to actually make this more of a whistle and a little bit more of a higher pitch noise. But anyway, moving on, you also get some instructions, which you're not going to need because I'm going to show you how to install it on the car. And you also get this plate. Now what this is important for is, if you do run at full atmospheric mode and you start running a code or whatever it may be, you can actually take the blow-off horn off and completely block off that part of the mechanism, making it just a regular diverter valve. Okay, now a good couple things to have before you start this install. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver. You're going to also need some sharp plier cutters, and then a nice 1 to 1.5 inch hose clamp. The screw types, not the one-time use, obviously. We don't like those. Okay, so now I'm under the hood by the stock air box. This is your turbo inlet pipe. This is where all the air coming in from the air box or the cold air intake or whatever you have goes down into the tube to go to your turbo. Now up on the top here, you're going to see the stock Bosch diverter valve, and I'm going to zoom in for you so you guys can see it. Okay, now you have a couple one-time use clamps from Volkswagen. These are probably the worst inventions in the world. There's going to be one here, and then there's going to be one off the turbo inlet pipe, actually holding the diverter valve down. This one is actually a screw-in type because it came with the turbo inlet pipe from Forge, which by the way is an excellent product. Gives you a couple more pounds per square inch. But we're going to go ahead and take this tube off the top of the stock diverter valve, and then we're going to remove this one-time use clamp as well as the clamp holding this to the Forge turbo inlet pipe. This Bosch diverter valve, and the first thing you need to do is take your pliers and cut the top of this one-time use clamp coming off of the hot side of the turbo. There we go. So now, with that pried loose, go ahead and take that boost hose off. Inspect the inside, make sure there's no oil flowing through. Take this one-time use clamp, mail it to China, and then write Volkswagen a letter and ask them never to make these again. Now you're going to go ahead and use the flathead and take the hose clamp off of the turbo inlet pipe, and that's going to be the last piece of the puzzle holding on the stock Bosch diverter valve. And there we have it. There's your stock Bosch diverter valve. Alright, now I have my Forge splitter diverter valve, and what I'm going to do is, if you look at the top where you have 4 indentations, that is actually going to be able to move clockwise and counterclockwise. And this is actually going to be a pretty integral part of this mechanism, as that's what controls the stiffness and the looseness of the spring that's inside, that actually controls the plate that goes up and down, the piston. Now, if you were to take this and turn it all the way counterclockwise until it stops, you're now at the lowest or softest or most loosened setting. Now if you turn this 16 clicks, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, back one, 16. So if you turn it clockwise 16 times and you hear 16 clicks, you're now at the stock or 7 to 11 pounds of boost setting. That's going to be good for AWD, AWW, and AWP motors, as they range from 7 to 11 pounds of boost. So now we're ready to go ahead and put this on the car. So now here is the splitter valve correctly installed. Remember, we have the one boost hose with a hose clamp. You have the bottom of the mechanism hooked up to the turbo inlet pipe. Yours obviously won't be red. If it's stock, it'll be black. And then you have the small 3/8 inch vacuum hose towards the top that I just held in with a zip tie. You could choose to use a hose clamp, but it's going to be very hard to get down there. So let's see how she sounds.